Good night. Casa llena. Gracias a Dios.
All right, everyone, thanks for joining us. We'll go ahead and get started. Doug, start us off. English questions first, please.
Hey, Coach.
Hey.
What worked well for you tonight that did not work in Game 1?
Well, shots on goal. Shots on goal. Yeah. So I hope you tweet about it as well. Yeah, no, many things. What can I say? I think it was a very complete game. If something, the first goal was, a soft one to me. Like we shouldn't concede that one, and that jeopardized a little bit the momentum we're getting in the first half. Credit to the team. We came back right away, which is another signature of a good mentality. But then the last goal, right? Set pieces, his little details, his being in charge of that area. So we need to control better that. But other than that, I would say that we were aggressive. We were very disciplined tactically. These type of games against Columbus, we need to be tactically disciplined, and we were. We were aggressive. When we were pressing together, which is great against a team that plays very well from the back. And then the play, how we played up from the back, I think was pretty good. It was impressive how we disrupt many times the opponent. And then the aggression in the final third. I think today we had not just the shots on goal, but the presence, the crosses, the numbers inside the box to make it happen. And I think this is an ideal scenario right before the next game.
You seemed confident when we spoke to you yesterday, I guess it was, about the energy of the team, and you were talking about how good they looked in training. Was there anything else you saw that kind of led you to believe that something positive was going to happen tonight?
Probably it's the process. We trust the process. We think as a staff, as a club, that we are doing the right things. We think we have the right players at the moment, that we have players that care. And, missing Thiago in the first leg, I mean, that was, that made us change a little bit. And, I trust the process that we have here, and I knew the process was good. I knew the players were coming strong mentally, and I saw that in their eyes. I saw that in the reactions. I saw that in the training session. So I was confident yesterday, yes.
Henry, the Jarrett.
Coach, first of all, congrats on the win. Second, do you have an update on Mateus, how he's doing?
No, actually no. He felt something in the calf, but other than that, I don't have any major update.
Could you give us your take on Muyumba's performance today? He seemed all over the place, just covering that midfield, doing a solid job there. What were your thoughts on him?
Well, on many. I mean, I will start with Tristan just because you are asking, but so he had an outstanding game in a game where we were facing one of the best midfields in the league. I think Aiden Morris and Nagby are one of the best pairs in the league at the moment. And today what they did, whether it was Gianni and Muyumba, Rossetto and Muyumba, was amazing. We really put the rhythm. We were really disrupting them on and off the ball. Our midfield was very, very solid. Probably Tristan shined a little bit more just because we gave him a little bit of a free role to press, and probably because of that he was in higher areas at some moments. But credit to him. I mean, it's not easy to tweak what we tweak in the midfield, going to the other side. Actually, today he was playing more on the left, and he did amazing. Maybe that helped him a little bit to connect with some other players, but I felt that it was a very complete game from many players, but especially that pair in midfield was very good.
And last one from me. After Shande's miss, obviously a tough moment, but then you saw, his teammates and the crowd coming behind him. How do you feel about that, and how important is that to the player?
Number one, I will go one step before. Is great to see our goal scorer to be unselfish and to pass the ball to Shante. That is number one thing that I would highlight in that play. That's amazing. It was a fantastic play, but then our number 9, that normally those guys want to score every goal, he was humble, he was a team player, and he played the best pass. Now, of course, it's a mistake from Shande, but that reaction from the whole team coming together, supporting him in that moment, it wasn't easy because at times those mental breaks, when you miss a good one, it's a mental break for the team. We overcome that adversity. The fans were engaged on that. They were cheering for him. They were understanding that can happen to anyone. He scored a fantastic goal in the first half, and he's been great for us. So I expect him and his confidence to continue being high.
Jared, then Felipe.
What was the thought process with the changes at wingers in the second half where they kind of turned the game on its head?
With Edwin and
With changing out both wingers, changing out Saba and Shande and bringing in Wolf and Mosquera.
well, one was I felt that especially Saba was doing a fantastic effort to come back a little bit deeper at times, helping Brooks. So I felt that maybe with the rhythm of Edwin in transition, we can really hurt them and also add a little bit more energy. So I felt that we're doing a very good job defending inside out with the wingers, but then in transition, we could have hit it, and we did. I mean, Tyler and Edwin came up very well. So yeah, that's two changes that we have that we know are game changers for us. In those moments, how many times Tyler came and performed at a good caliber, matchup Chol, Edwin. So that's working. So I think at some point is rhythm, at some point is keeping the energy high and also being more dangerous in transition.
And then last one for me is Jay started in Columbus, had to come into this game halfway through and had to get loose really quickly and jump into the flow of the game. Could you talk about his growth mentally and emotionally just to be able to handle these situations?
Yeah. Gianni has been playing at a very, very high level. I would say that we're very proud of his development because it had his ups and downs throughout the season, not just with us, but also with the second team. It wasn't easy for him, but he certainly is arriving in a very good moment of the season at a high level, at a very, very high level. So we're very happy about that. I think he continues doing all the little things. At times doesn't shine too much just because he's chasing, pressing, covering ground. But the amount of ground he can cover at high intensity is something that we really like. And he's in a very good form. On the ball, he takes responsibility. It's not easy for his age to come in a tough game in playoffs and receive the ball in between the lines, receive, turn, and break lines under some pressure. So I think credit to Jan is doing a great job, and I hope he continues like that.
Felipe and Joe.
Gonzalo, what do you make of Thiago Almada's performance? It was at times quiet, and then obviously he shows these flashes of brilliance. He scores a great goal as well. Knowing that you'll have him in this game 3, do you change anything? Are you as aggressive as you guys were tonight in Columbus?
Well, I would say Thiago had an amazing game in many different ways. Defensively, he was very disciplined. We changed a couple things tactically, of course, and he understood perfectly his role. And it's not easy when he's highlighted by the opponent. Most of the times he receives the ball in good areas, turn, and he's always someone coming from behind, always chasing, and he kind of attracts a lot of pressure. And getting out of those situations was something impressive for me. The amount of desire and hunger that he showed today, it was amazing. He had to do it because we missed him in the last game, so he kind of was in depth with the team, and I think he did what we were all expecting from him, impacting in the game, being a nightmare for the midfielders and just disrupting them from that area. I think it was great to see.
Joe, then the locker room's open.
I'm sorry, yes, and the second question. Yes, of course, why we changed. So for me, of course, tactically, maybe a couple things just because we're away. We don't know, we have to check the film. But in terms of the aggression, the numbers, the triggers for us to press, the triggers for us to attack, I would say that we won't change that. We will try to play the same type of game, home versus away.
Locker room's open. Justin and Giannis are in there. Joe, then Danelle.
Gonzalo, in a game like this, with the seasons on the line, I can imagine it's a tense moment for players. It could be. Why do you think the team was not that way and was fluid and kind of moving freely?
Well, a couple of things, because we discussed that. Of course, when you have a different format, I don't know, maybe the first game I don't see that urgency again, just because maybe you say, okay, it's not that important, we still have another one and maybe a third one. So I don't know if there was something like that happening to us, and of course we had the perfect excuse not having Thiago, so maybe something there happened. So we talk about that, what is the pressure now for us, and we talk about there are many other things that can happen in life that puts way more pressure or stress on people, right? There are way worse situations that facing playoffs against a tough team. And we talk about, this was a good opportunity for us to improve as persons, as players, because overcoming tough moments, tough periods of pressure, I think that makes you better. So today they did that. They show up and they overcome this little moment of pressure and stress. And mentally, I think it was a very strong performance for everyone. Like, we were very, very strong mentally throughout the whole game.
Would you say it's the best performance of the year for this team?
I've been asked that question many times this season. I'm glad that every time we have a higher standard ahead of us, I would say again, and we talk about that as well, I'm sorry, but we were talking about how we were feeling after, Charlotte, after Seattle's game, after Philadelphia here, Nashville here, Miami here, how we're feeling after that, how we want to feel after the game. And I think those were good performances to remember. And we just wanted to replicate that now in a more important part of the year. So they did that, but still, as I said before in the locker room, we haven't finished, we haven't accomplished anything. So yes, it's good to have this game, it's good the way we won, it's good the performance, it's good the mentality, it's good the goals, the connection with the fans, all that is good, but if we don't win on Sunday, it's nothing. So we need to make sure we know that and we show on Sunday what we are capable of.
Western English, Danelle, Ken, and Dave.
Coach, I wanted your thoughts on the play that Saba made that led to the second goal. The play that Saba made that got the ball to Giacomakis that got the ball to Silva. That play, that was big-time stuff. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
Yes, we talk about those moments. I think it was a quick break. And the combination play that we wanted to do. We attack exactly the areas that we said in the game plan. They accomplished, that's what I'm saying, that they were tactically very disciplined, because in those quick moments of break, we were talking about changing the pace. Changing the pace is playing the right pass at the right foot and good combinations, good movements in behind. And I think that was a very good goal for many different reasons.
Ken, last one in English.
Yesterday, you said, I think it was, you wanted to give joy, I think it was the word used, to the fans. First, I thought that was a really thoughtful and humble response. Kind of, where did that come from? And second, did you feel like you accomplished that today?
Yes, well, I start with the second part. Yes, I think the fans were very happy at the end. That's something we have to remember as people involved in football and professional football, is we try to give happiness to people. That's our job, to provide happiness to our fans, and I think we have to remember that. So many times we try to say, yes, we need the fans, we need their energy, we need this, we need that from them, and what we are giving them. So we have to try to remember that we are trying to give them joy and happiness in their lives, and they forget for 2 hours of their problems, and they come here to enjoy and to feel proud of their team. And I think we accomplished that, the players accomplished that, and very happy about that as well.
Thanks. We'll switch to Spanish for Ken. Welcome, Sarah.
Buenas noches, muchas felicidades en esta victoria. Mi pregunta es, ¿cuál es su percepción en general acerca del equipo esta noche y si hay algo que cambiaría para el siguiente juego?
Bueno, muy buen rendimiento, creo que fue un rendimiento muy completo. Si algo quisiera cambiar es esos momentos donde nos distraemos y nos meten goles quizás tontos, ¿no? Porque de alguna manera fueron goles de mucha ingenuidad, perder un balón tan fácil y no reaccionar en el primer gol que recibimos, y después en el último, cuando todo está bien, estamos defendiendo bien, justo hacemos cambios para cerrar un poco el partido y nos meten un gol en táctica fija que trabajamos muchísimo. Entonces, esas eran las pequeñas cosas que me gustaría cambiar, pero me quedo con la mentalidad del equipo, el esfuerzo, la disciplina táctica y el buen fútbol.
Muchas gracias.
Coach, felicitaciones por la victoria, una gran victoria, contundentes en el ataque, espectacular. Ha sido la noche de Giorgio Giacomakis, un gol, 2 asistencias. Thiago, que ya lo decías, un gran partido, recuperando también, asistiendo. Ha sido una noche redonda para ti y era lo que esperabas esta noche, tratar de ganar este partido de una forma contundente para llegar al tercer partido con mucho más confianza. para poder ganar esta serie y poder pasar a la siguiente fase. Y la otra pregunta es, ¿cómo está Rossetto? ¿Si va a estar listo para el domingo? ¿Está bien? Porque sería una baja sensible para el equipo, considerando que tienes una base en este equipo, lo vimos hoy, es el equipo base que para mí sería el equipo ideal para poder enfrentar a Columbus en su terreno el próximo domingo.
Sí, bueno, primero no creo que haya sido la noche de un jugador en particular, fue la noche de todo el equipo. Creo que durante toda la noche jugamos como un equipo en todo, defensivamente muy disciplinados tácticamente, ofensivamente igual, atacamos las zonas que dijimos que teníamos que atacar, en transición las reacciones, sobre todo reacciones de defensa-ataque fueron extraordinarias, el cambio de ritmo una vez que rompíamos las líneas fue extraordinario. Lo decía en inglés, pero lo repetiré en español, el caso de Gigi que preguntabas. Para mí la mejor parte del partido de Gigi fue cuando tenía ese mano a mano contra el portero y en lugar de tratar de anotar el gol se le intenta servir a Shande. Creo que eso dice muchísimo acerca del espíritu del equipo, de la humildad de Gigi, de la falta de egoísmo que tiene Gigi en esos momentos. Un 9 normalmente intenta esas y él prefirió asegurar el resultado para un compañero. No se dio desafortunadamente, pero eso fue extraordinario de ver. Entonces todo el equipo hizo un gran trabajo. De Rossetto no tengo ninguna actualización de información, tenemos que esperar, ver, hacer estudios. Él dice que se le cargó un poco ahí el gemelo. Veremos qué tan grave es la situación. Si no, creo que tengo jugadores para reemplazar eso. Si bien es cierto que Rossetto lo ha hecho muy bien, extraordinariamente, defensiva y ofensivamente, creo que tengo un buen plantel como para poder suplir muchas de estas ausencias.
Thanks, three. Andre, start us off and then go around the corner there.
Gonzalo, buenas noches. Bueno, todos los partidos son diferentes. Esta ronda, digamos que es muy novedosa y termina siendo muy buena, eso de jugar al ganador de 2 de 3. ¿Qué podemos esperar en ese tercer y definitivo juego? O sea, ¿Atlanta va a salir a atacar o va a salir a esperar? ¿O cuál es el plan así? Aunque estamos todavía a falta de unos días, pero ¿qué tiene usted en la cabeza en este momento?
Bueno, no sé si te mandó Nancy para saber mi plan de juego, pero yo creo que cuando ves un rendimiento como el que tuvimos hoy, yo creo que es difícil cambiar muchas cosas, ¿no? ¿Por qué cambiar si salió tan bien? Entonces, más bien yo creo que es seguir con la misma idea, exactamente lo que intentamos hacer hoy. La presión fue muy buena en muchos momentos del partido, la disciplina táctica, y creo que tendremos que salir allá. Lo que hay que trabajar es un poco esa mentalidad de que sepamos que lo mismo que hacemos en casa lo podemos hacer de visita. Y eso será gran parte del trabajo de ahora en adelante, no solo lo táctico, no solo cómo vamos a jugar, sino que la mentalidad sea tal que nos permita jugar igual que jugamos hoy, ahora de visita. Si logramos eso, creo que tenemos muchas posibilidades.
Buenas noches, profe. Jorge Benigno para Balón Dividido. ¿Cuál cree que fue la clave para lograr una victoria fenomenal como la que se dio el día de hoy?
Muchas cosas. Yo creo que el esfuerzo, la disciplina táctica, lo decía, el buen fútbol y la mentalidad creo que fueron clave, ¿no? La disciplina táctica, el cómo queríamos defender, el cómo queríamos atacar, qué maneras de anotar goles teníamos. Creo que hoy fue una ejecución perfecta del plan de juego de parte de los jugadores. Y después creo que el esfuerzo fue evidente de todos. Después el buen fútbol, creo que por muchos momentos jugamos muy bien con la pelota, distribuyendo bien, atacando una vez más de atrás para adelante como nos gusta atacar, y después la mentalidad. Me gustaría resaltar mucho que no es fácil recibir un gol en el primer tiempo al final, minuto 42-43, y anotar inmediatamente. Creo que eso fue un gran salto en términos de mentalidad del equipo y eso me dejó muy contento.
Juan Carlos and Diego finish up.
Profe, buenas noches. Juan Carlos Brando para la Mejor Atlanta. Bueno, ¿qué tiene que hacer el Atlanta United para ser contundente precisamente allá en Columbus, teniendo en cuenta que Columbus es uno de los equipos que más nos ha dado dolores de cabeza durante toda la temporada?
Sí, de acuerdo con tu último comentario. Columbus es un gran equipo y ha sido un equipo que las 3 veces anteriores que lo habíamos enfrentado, creo que en las 3 nos había superado, algunas por menos margen que otras, pero en las 3 nos había superado. Y creo que la clave será salir de la misma manera que lo hicimos hoy. No sé si tácticamente jugamos igual, pero sí con la misma ambición, la misma hambre, el mismo deseo, el mismo buen fútbol. Creo que tenemos que trabajar mucho en la mentalidad de saber que podemos jugar igual que jugamos en el Benz, igualmente podemos jugar fuera. Entonces, si hacemos eso, creo que tenemos muchas posibilidades.
Y el tema de la posesión de balón con Columbus, porque siempre, creo que Atlanta siempre gana 60-30, 60-40, pero con Columbus es casi 50-50 y a veces estamos ganando.
Sí, hoy creo que fue por un margen un poquito mayor, que tengo que checar. Sí, la vez pasada fue así, el partido allá, de hecho tuvimos más posesión, creo 51-49, algo así. La verdad, al final la estadística de posesión a veces te indica ciertas cosas cuando es por un margen muy amplio, 70-30, sí te indica un dominio. Me gusta más hablar del dominio territorial, creo que eso a mí me indica más y sobre todo las llegadas claras. Esas son las métricas que a mí me importan más allá de la posesión, que sí nos gusta tener mucho la pelota, me gusta ser más peligroso que el rival en el último tercio, donde cuenta. Normalmente cuando tú tienes más llegadas claras que el rival, normalmente ganas. Entonces el juego se trata de anotar goles. Entonces, si bien nos gusta anotar goles teniendo la pelota, no es una estadística que de repente en estos 51-49, 55-45 te diga mucho, ¿no? Hay momentos de los partidos también, normalmente cuando empiezas a tener una ventaja, el rival toma control del partido, es algo que pasa muchas veces en el fútbol. Entonces, esa estadística es interesante en algunos momentos, pero no el día de hoy.
Gonzalo, ¿cómo
Sí,
estás?
bien, bien,
¿Todo
gracias.
bien?
Sí.
Ya hablaste de la táctica, la estrategia, de la mentalidad. Hoy jugaron una final, esa es la realidad. Hoy se jugó una final y se ganó. El domingo tienen otra final. Eso desgasta emocionalmente, físicamente, mentalmente. ¿Cómo se trabaja ese aspecto de acá al domingo?
Bueno, probablemente tienes toda la razón, no era una final. Si no hubiéramos ganado hoy, no tendríamos el derecho de jugar la siguiente. Y en ese sentido, el partido del domingo será igual. Tenemos que ganar esa final para merecer el jugar en la semifinal de nuestra conferencia. Entonces, me gustó esa respuesta del equipo, que es un poco lo que decía. No sé qué tanto el formato, al tener 3 partidos al inicio, no se vio con tanta urgencia el ganar de visita, tener un poco la excusa ahí al lado de que Thiago no estaba. Capaz que no nos impulsó a jugar vida o muerte cada jugada. Hoy sí que lo hicimos, hoy mostramos de qué estamos hechos y simplemente espero repetir esa mentalidad que dices, esa mentalidad ganadora, competitiva de finales y bueno, eso es lo que está en juego. Creo que el equipo mentalmente dio un gran salto el día de hoy. Sí.